Good morning students, welcome back to my channel. So this is 10th lecture on electrostatic and moving forward, today we are going to study torque on dipole which is placed in a uniform electric field. In my earlier classes we discussed about the electric field lines, and uniform electric field means these lines are parallel to each other and they are equal everywhere. Dipole also is clear to us. Dipole means two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. Now what we are going to do, we are going to place this dipole inside this field, and on placing this dipole in the field, this dipole, something like this dipole will experience a torque, and because of torque this dipole will start rotating. So we have to find the torque acting on this dipole whenever it is placed in uniform electric field. So first of all you have to consider a dipole. So just suppose this is your dipole with a charge plus q and a charge of minus q. The distance between both the charges is considered to be 2a, and I have placed this dipole in a uniform electric field. So we just have to imagine a uniform electric field line. So this I am drawing the electric field lines E. It is uniform means everywhere the value of electric field is same. Now see, there are two charges plus q and minus q. We know that positive charge will experience a force, that is F equals to QE. This is the force experienced by this charge in the direction of field, and negative charge will experience a force opposite to the direction of field, that is F2 equals to Q times of E. So my dipole is experiencing two forces, F1 in the direction of the field, F2 opposite to the direction of the field. So force experienced by plus Q charge, that is F1 equals to Q times of E, and similarly force experienced by minus Q charge, F2, it is also QE, but both these forces are opposite to each other. Suppose I take vector form, then I have to use here minus, means both these forces are opposite to each other. So in order to find the net force, that is F1 plus F2, that is QE minus QE, because of the opposite direction the net force is 0. So this is a very important point which you have to note, that is the net force on dipole placed in uniform electric field. Now this is important thing, that the field should be uniform. The net force on dipole placed in uniform electric field is always 0. Many times in 1 mark such types of questions are used to ask, what is the force on dipole in a uniform electric field? This net force is always equal to 0. The reason I have shown you, two forces are there, equal and opposite. So cancelling out each other, the net force is always 0. Now, whenever the net force is 0, our dipole will not perform translatory motion. Here translatory means, suppose this is a dipole, this pen is considered to be a dipole, then these two forces, top and down forces, are 0. So it will not perform any translatory motion. Means there will be no translatory motion in this dipole. Instead of this, these two forces will behave as a couple force and they will rotate the dipole. So we have to find the torque due to which this dipole starts rotating. So you can mention here, as net force is 0, so dipole will not perform any translatory motion, but F1 and F2 are behaving as couple force, and couple force is basically the pair of force which rotates the object. So F1 and F2 are behaving as couple force, due to which dipole starts rotating with some torque. So here we have to find the value of this torque. What is the torque acting on the dipole to rotate? So first of all, you must remember the formula for the torque. Torque term is basically used when object starts rotating on its axis. In 11th class we have discussed the torque. So the mathematically torque is written as force into perpendicular distance, and this perpendicular distance is between both forces. Force into perpendicular distance between both the forces. Representation of this torque is written by a symbol tau. Your force acting on the charge is Q times of E, and now we have to find a perpendicular distance. Now see in the figure, if I draw a perpendicular line between F1 and F2, so this is my perpendicular line here, this one, and suppose the dipole is placed at an angle theta. I have to find the perpendicular length, angle is theta, so using trigonometry of sine theta, which means perpendicular upon hypotenuse, and here hypotenuse is 2a, so the value of perpendicular distance is 2a times of sine theta. So I substitute this value of perpendicular distance 2a times of sine theta. So Q into 2a times of E sine theta, it can also be written in this manner. So moving forward, if you remember, Q into 2a, charge into distance between them, this complete bracket is equal to electric dipole moment, that is P. In my last lecture we have discussed Q into 2a is P. So torque equals to PE sine theta. So this is the expression for the torque acting on the dipole. P stands for dipole moment, E stands for electric field, and theta is the angle between both these two quantities. Now in vector form also we can express that. The vector torque is a vector quantity, tau equals to vector P cross vector E. So this is cross product because sine theta is used here. So vector P cross vector E equals to torque. Now from this we can say that one more important thing, we can comment on the direction of this torque, that is the direction of torque will always be perpendicular to the plane, containing vector P and vector E. Means the plane which is containing P and E, this torque will always be perpendicular to this plane. Now suppose this is the direction of P and this is the direction of E. Then according to right hand thumb rule, if you remember, I am using the concept of this, that is A cross B equals to vector C. The cross of two vector also gives a vector quantity, and this vector is perpendicular to the given vector. In similar manner, P and E are the two vector and their cross product gives you another vector torque. So this torque is perpendicular to P and E. So taking my right hand, placing the fingers on the P and moving it in the direction of E. So the direction of thumb, you can see this thumb is pointing to a downward direction, which means the torque is acting in the downward direction. So the torque is always perpendicular to the P and E plane. And one more important thing, the SI unit of the torque is also written. The formula for the torque is force into distance, so it's Newton meter. This is the formula for the torque. So let's consider some cases regarding this formula. Case first. Suppose this dipole is placed parallel in the field, parallel to field. Now let me draw. This is the direction of your electric field E, and this is my dipole, minus Q and plus Q. Just look the angle between dipole moment and electric field. This is the direction of electric field, and direction of dipole moment is from positive to negative. The direction of dipole moment from negative to positive, the direction of dipole moment is from negative to positive, and the direction of electric field, both are in the same direction. So here you can say that theta is 0 degree. In that case, your torque is equals to PE sine theta, and substituting the value of sine 0 is 0. So this is your minimum torque acting on the dipole is 0. So again, an important question arises when the torque is minimum, when the dipole is parallel to electric field. Moving forward, now this time dipole is placed perpendicular to electric field. Now suppose this is my electric field and this will be my dipole, minus q and plus q. Now as we know, the direction of the dipole moment is from negative to positive. Direction of dipole moment is from negative to positive. Direction of electric field is perpendicular. So in this case theta is 90. So your torque is PE sine 90. Sine 90 gives you 1. So the torque is maximum, that is PE. So just try to learn these 2 points. The torque is minimum when dipole is parallel in the field, and torque is maximum where dipole is perpendicular in the field. So here we just talked about everything related to uniform field. Now more important points come here. What happens if the field is not uniform? So if dipole is placed in non-uniform electric field, now we have changed the field and this time we are taking non-uniform. Non-uniform means electric field is not same everywhere. So you can just consider it in this manner. So this is my electric field, that is non-uniform electric field. They are not parallel to each other. And in this field, suppose I place this dipole. This is charge plus q and this one is your charge of minus q. So these are the 2 charges which is placed in a non-uniform electric field. It's sure the both the charge will experience a force. This charge will experience a force and this positive charge will also experience a force. Suppose it is expressing F1 equals to Q times of E1, and here F2 is equals to Q times of E2. Now see, I have changed the value of E1 and E2 because electric field is non-uniform. In previous case electric field was uniform, so I just place here E, but this time electric field is non-uniform, so I considered here as E1 and here as E2. So if I have to find the net force, you know both the direction are opposite to each other, that is QE1 minus QE2, which means it is not equal to 0. So and again important point you have to learn, if dipole is placed in non-uniform field, dipole is placed in non-uniform field, F net is not equal to 0. And in my previous case I have told you that if dipole is placed in uniform field, the net force is always 0. So this time net force is not 0. Net force is not 0 means this dipole will perform translatory motion. So here dipole will perform translatory as well as rotatory motion. Now both the motion will be performed by the dipole. Translatory motion because net force is not equal to 0, and rotatory motion because there will be some torque acting on this dipole. So in this case net force is also not equal to 0 and torque is also not equal to 0. Because of these 2 quantity, the dipole will perform both translatory as well as oscillatory. Just consider in this manner. Suppose this is a dipole, and in this case this dipole will start rotating also, and in another term it will start translating, moving in a linear path. So it will rotate and as well as follow a straight path also. So this is an important point you have to learn. So in today's lecture we have discussed only about dipole placing the dipole in uniform field and non-uniform field, there are some important points which you have to learn. My first point was that the dipole, when placed in a uniform field, the net force is 0, but there is some torque acting on it. Because of the torque, it starts rotating. But when the dipole is non-uniform field, it will experience both force as well as torque. So it will perform translatory as well as rotatory. Now let me give you some significance of this dipole. Why we study about this dipole and why it is so important in our practical life. Now in these days we are all familiar with the working of mobile communication and our DTH connection in houses. But how these connections are possible? Now see, all electronic media, all electronic devices which you are operating today, they all work on the transmission of electromagnetic waves. And this dipole is very much important in the generation of this electromagnetic waves. Let me show you with a diagram. Suppose this is plus charge and this is minus charge. So it will become a dipole. And electric field is from positive charge to negative charge. Now, to generate this electromagnetic wave, our charge must accelerate. So what is going to happen? This charge will accelerate. Means they will move towards each other and they will cross each other. So suppose this time this is positive and this is negative. They are moving toward each other. Due to this movement, there is somewhat change in the field. Due to the movement of the charge, your electric field is going to change. And this time negative will go up, positive will come down. So on continuous oscillation of this charge, we are able to generate an electromagnetic waves. This is an electromagnetic waves which is generated continuously. And because of generation of this electromagnetic waves, because of oscillation of these two charge oscillates, and because of their oscillations, electromagnetic waves are generated. These waves transmit through our environment. So in our present network, internet connections, in SIM card, in your television DTH connections, in all these, or even if you remember the earlier time Yagi-Uda antenna, the antennas which used to come something like this. In earlier our father time, they used to use this kind of antenna something. In all these antenna, there are dipoles oscillating, and because of their oscillations, electromagnetic waves are generated. So this dipole is very much important in our practical lives. So today we are going to cover this much topic only. So just go through this topic and you may download the PDFs from the link given in the description box. Thank you.